Oh, where is he? I wonder where he is. I'm here! What's up, guys? It's Bombs, Fairy, Bomb, whatever you want to call me. And I got a different kind of video today, right? I was inspired by my friend. Shout out to Flappy, I'll put his video right here. Actually, I'll put his video up here. I'll put his video here. He made some really cool tutorial videos. I want to start doing something like that just because it's a cool idea. I'm a builder. I can show you guys what I learned as a builder. This is a new series on my channel I'm calling Sensei Boms Teaches You Things. Is that not a cool name? Today, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build a beach ball because summer's around the corner, you know what I mean? I think it is summer right now. But, you know, summer's here, summer's on the way, whatever it is. You know, it's nearby. So what you're going to want to do, right, is you want to go onto your watch. You're going to want to go onto backpack. And you're going to want to click. You see this thing right here that says makerpen? You're going to want to click that. Or you want to click use, sorry. You click use, it brings out this thing, right? Now, if you're on VR, like I am, or I think you can do it on screen. You might be able to do it on screen mode as well. On this menu, click the button that says favorite. Wait till it's like highlighted orange. And then when you get rid of it, when you do this and then grab, your makerpen's here. Is that not cool? I'll teach you some. I'm running through some of the basics of the makerpen. Some of the basics of the makerpen. Okay, if you look at this, right, you got here the create tool. That's how you make stuff like this thing right here that's covering the camera. Oh no, you can't see me anymore. Oh no. Joke's on you, you can see me. I know, right? I don't want to see me either. Then you got the select tool, which you can use to, I don't know, select things like, I don't know, the wall behind me. I selected the wall. And now I can just like, you know what I mean? I can just like, ooh. Okay, the next tool we have is the connect tool, right? This connect tool is really cool because mostly used for circuits, which maybe I will teach one day. You can use them to connect things on circuits, like, for example, you have a pin, a red pin. This is CV1 I'm talking, I'm not big into CV2. You have a red pin, connect it to another red pin, and there you go. Next thing, you have the configure tool, right? This thing, you put it on something, and then look what it does. Configure. You can make it grabbable, you can make it wall runnable, frozen, support, clambering, / teleport, you know, all the works. You can give it tags, you can give it like, you can make it respawn, you can give it like a delay on how quick it respawns. You know what I mean? It's very cool tool, right? You can do lots of stuff with this thing. Okay, so next, right, we have transform tool. Don't use this. This is awful. So we've got the move tool, right? The move tool, that's what I was using to move the wall around. It just means you can move stuff, like, for example, I will move this wall again. Wee, you know what I mean? So you can move stuff. Then we got the rotate tool. This means you can rotate stuff like that. You know what I mean? Then we got the scale tool, which is how you make things big and small. Like small, tiny wall, and a big, massive wall. There we go. Okay, then we got the clone tool, which is very cool because it allows you to clone stuff and make stuff more, you know what I mean? I need to stop doing that. Anyways, they're all pretty self-explanatory, I think. Then we got the recolor tool, which I can't do on these walls because, you know, but let me just quickly spawn in, like, I don't know, we'll spawn in Mr. Cube. Mr. Cubey. What's up, Mr. Cube? You alright, Cube? We got Mr. Cube, right? And you see how he's orange right now? I can make him yellow, or I can make him red, or I can make him mint green. You know, you can do lots of stuff with recolor. You can scale the texture too. Let me show you. We can make him dirt, and we can scale the dirt tool up, and then make the texture look all funky. Dirt isn't the best one to do it with because it kind of looks the same no matter what you do it with. But we'll do it for sand. I like to do stuff in sand. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Sand. Oh my god, sand's getting bigger. Oh my god. Then we got freeze, which is pretty useful for when you want to stop stuff from moving, when you're making stuff. Very cool. Make invention, which spawns this menu, this purple menu from way back when I started playing the game. Very cool thing. You can make stuff and then you can spawn it in with your inventions. Very cool, very nice. Manipulate tool. Basically the same as scale, but I don't know what it is. I don't know how to describe it. I just prefer using scale. I mean, I just prefer using manipulate to scale. It does basically the same thing. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. All right, then we got the delete tool, which is very useful for when I delete stuff you don't want. So like, see this wall here? Gone. You see this floor here? Gone. You know what I mean? You get rid of stuff. You remove it out the world. You know, you can do all that. Anyways, yeah. So a beach ball, right? So if you go to this thing that says palette, P-A-L-E-T-T-E, and then you see all these shapes, right? You're probably overwhelmed, like, oh my god, there's so many shapes. There's so many shapes. But it's because they added new ones since I was playing. They've added, like, you know, simple cube, which has sharp edges now. They've added wedge simple, which also has sharp edges. A bunch of weird polygons like this. Ooh, you know what I mean? And then, you know, triangle simple, which has sharp edges. Because these are the old Rec Room ones. These ones don't really have that sharp edges, you know what I mean? They're a bit rounded. They're not very cool. I didn't like to use them, but I prefer the new ones. Anyways, like pyramid with rounded edges, cones that have like, you know, cones that are like round, you know what I'm saying? So these cones that only have like, they have that weird crease on them, you know what I mean? And then we've got this thing called a mound. I've used this thing a few times. It's okay. I think tube could do the job anyway. And then of course you got tube, and then you got ribbon. But today, what we need to focus on is sphere, right? You can either you can use this one. I wouldn't recommend it because I'd prefer using this one, the one that's completely like round, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to this one, which isn't not very cool. I don't really like the old sphere. Anyways, new sphere, all for the win, right? New sphere for the win. Okay, at the top right, you'll see edit, undo, redo, snapping, world space, show circuits. Undo and redo are really useful. If you make a mess, click undo. If you want to redo what you just did, click redo. Pretty simple. Okay, so here, right, you have snapping. You want to turn that to grid because it makes things a lot easier than just doing it off. We will be switching in this tutorial. We will be switching between off and grid, but you'll see when that is because I'll make it pretty clear that we're switching. So what you want to do is you want to get your cube, and my cube is green right now, but yours should be orange. You want to go to swatches. You see here where it has the color, right? I'll get a bit close up. Where it says it should say orange here, right? You want to click that, scroll all the way to the bottom, and click white, and then you want to be done with that. And for the material, you want to go down and you want to go to this thing that says crash pad right next to metal floor tread on the right of it, right? You see crash pad. You see it gives it this nice like shiny look, you know what I mean? Like the nice shiny, you know, like rubber kind of look. You want this, right? Okay, so what you're going to want to do, first of all, I'll go this side because it's easier. You're going to want to make a circle. Make it about that big, because that's right now that's all you really need for a beach ball. You go to tools, right, and you click clone, and then you know how I was on about snapping, you switch it to off. Okay, yeah, okay, you got that. Okay, very cool. Okay, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna click on this thing, and you see how there's like a white cross in the middle. You're gonna want to click that until the menu like expands again. So you see what it did with mine? Hang on, let me do that again so I can show you. Look, you see how it you see that menu goes for a second and then comes back? That means you've cloned it. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to slightly move it with the red arrow. You're going to want to slightly move it off, so that way it isn't clipping inside. And you can kind of see like a crease at the middle of the ball. You can kind of see like a small, like, you know, a small crease at the middle of the ball. Okay, now that you've got two halves of the ball, right, you're going to want to grab your recolor tool and switch the color to red. Okay, you got that? Red. And then you recolor the second half of the ball. So now it kind of looks like that one Pokemon, which I guess I could do a tutorial on. I don't know if you guys would want that, but you know. Now that you've got two halves of the ball, what you can do is your original white ball, which you can select by moving your makerpen to the left of the ball, is click the white cross again. Click it until the menu expands again and goes. And then what you want to do is you want to move it upwards, like see now how you've got like the weird, like you've got like a weird stair texture on it? I don't know what it's called. You've got like some weird like cubes there. At least that's what mine looks like. I don't know if your guys are gonna look similar. You should have this thing on your ball. I don't know if your guys will look like this, but this is what mine looks like. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to move this ball with the red arrow just a little bit to the right until you get that like, until it looks like it's cut off. You see that? And it looks like it's like, you know, there's like a cut there. Oh crap! Until it looks like there's a cut like there. And now that you've done that, you want to go back to your recolor tool, right? And you're gonna want to grab your color. You're gonna want to see your color and change it to yellow. This way we have the yellow color selected. Click done. Go back over here and then try your best to recolor the ball that you just copied yellow. It might take a few attempts to get it, but if anything goes wrong, always go back and always click the undo button, because that way you can, you know what I mean, you can undo and redo what you just did, which is a very useful tool. Okay, now that we have the red and the yellow, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to clone the white one once again, if you can select it. If not, try doing it with one of the other balls that you've copied. Now that you've got that, you're going to want to clone it. You're going to want to let it go up, right? Until you see that the yellow and the red cut off here, right? They're cut off in the middle. Now that you've done that, you have the last ball. What you can do now is you can go to the recolor tool. I'll put this over here for you guys. You're going to want to go to the recolor tool, click color, and scroll down until you see the color blue, right? Actually, yeah, the color blue, right? We'll go for a standard blue for this one. And say, okay, now you've got the color blue. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to try and get that last ball and recolor it to blue. Okay, once you've recolored it blue, what you can do is you can drop your maker pen, pick it back up, and go to the scale tool, right? Go to the scale tool. Once you've done that, you can click on the beach ball and you can scale it up, down, like however big. You can make it however big you want. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, you know, about that big. I'll move it backwards so it isn't taking up the whole camera. Okay, now that you've done that, you can click on it with the configure tool. And when you click on it with the configure tool, it should load up this menu. And it says physics mode, optimize colliders, you know, all of that, right? What you're going to want to do is where it says physics mode, make it physical. Okay, that way it gives it a little bounce. Okay, don't come off the menu yet, right? Where it says is grabbable, yours might still be ticked depending on whether you have the option ticked on the maker pen to make things grabbable or not. If you don't, then click where it says is grabbable, click the little switch there, and once it does that, it's going to be grabbable. Okay, then press your button to drop your maker pen twice, because you have to get off the menu too. And once that's done, you have a beach ball. Look at it. Look at this, you can throw it up and down, you can, you know what I mean, you can do that with it. Just quickly, if you go back to your maker pen and then click configure, and then on the configure menu you have turn off optimize colliders, because if you keep it on, it gives like some weird blue stuff on the side. I don't know what it is, but it comes up like, but even though you have your maker pen dropped, which kind of sucks. But once you've done that, there you go, you have a beach ball. You know, you can like, what's this, you can just like, you can just like, you know what I mean, you can hurl it. I'll quickly go into POV so you can see what I'm seeing. Alright, you see now, you're in my POV, you see like I can launch the ball and I can hurl the ball, you know what I mean? And you can just throw the ball around, you can like hurl it, you can lob it at people, you know what I mean? And then you have this really cool ball. To give it a more realistic effect, if that's something you guys are going for, what you can do is you can do this thing. I don't mess around with it too much because I've never really looked into it. But if you edit the object and go to your configure menu again, and you configure one of the balls, if you go to the configure menu, you can change the density of it, so it makes it like really like bouncy, or you know, make it like so it kind of levitates a bit. I'm gonna do mine to 1. You do have to manually select all the balls, but that shouldn't be too bad. And then you just change the density to 1. You can keep it at 10. It's okay at 10. But to give it a more like realistic effect, you can change them all to 1. Which basically gives it like, so if I throw it now, you see it's a bit more like levitated than usual. You know, there isn't a way really to make it bouncy, which kind of sucks, but you know, you can still like throw it about a bit, you know what I mean? You can still like make it put up in the air. You know, if I launch the ball up and go, huh, you know, you can play beach ball, like you can play volleyball with it. Huh. You know what I'm saying? So this was like a small tutorial to introduce like the new series on my channel. Let me know if you guys like these kind of videos, because I might do more. I've definitely got more cool things I can show you guys how to build that aren't too hard. You know, I'd say it's like intermediate level to build these things. You gotta kind of know a bit about the makerpen, but I teach those in the videos anyway, so it's fine. Once again, I want to shout out my friend Flappy and his girlfriend Trifox for coming up with the idea to do these kind of videos. They have a few on their channel. I'll put them in the description as well, and I'll put them here too on the info card, whichever side it is. So you guys can go and watch those and then get more knowledge about the makerpen if you guys want to get into building. I'll make more of these. If you guys like it, I'll make more of these videos because they're actually really cool to make. I had a lot of fun making this. But yeah, you know, we got a little beach ball now, guys. You get to make a little beach ball, you know what I mean? And you can sell it for tokens, and you can scam people of their monies.